Hi guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be making this letterboard card. I'm making this card as part of a challenge, and you can find out about that challenge on my blog, which I shall link below. Let's get started. I'm using the die set from Ellen Hutson called Letterboard die, and it comes with the small alphabet. You can get the large alphabet separately. I keep my both alphabets together in the back of the die pocket, so I can keep my letterboard set together. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out the frame, and I've used wood grain paper that I have in my stash, which is self-adhesive. I've also gone ahead and cut out the letterboard base, which embosses the lines so that you can get your lettering straight. I've also die cut 4 times the whole alphabet onto cardstock and put on the back this double-sided adhesive sticker paper from Couture Creations. This will make the little letters stickers, which will be easier to handle. I went ahead and put all the letters onto the letterboard backing into this quote. I know I came into this room for a reason. I chose this quote because I find it quite funny. We all do it. We all go into a room to get something, but once we get into that room, we can't remember what it was that we went in there to get. And we have to come back out to remember what it was. I used my Tim Holtz pokey tool and my reverse tweezers to assist with putting the letters down. I'm now using from Altenew the Ruffled Flowers layering stamp and die set. Altenew have this great guide now when they sell their stamps, and it gives you some fantastic ideas for inspiration and also some colour. And of course on the back you've got your layering guide. I keep this all together with the stamp set and the die set. So I've got all this set up in my MISTI ready to go to stamp, and to stamp out the outline image I'm choosing to use a soft grey ink, and I'm using Lawn Fawn's Manatee. So I ink that up, and the beauty of having a MISTI is if you don't get a good impression straight away, you can restamp as everything's all in position. So I do have to stamp this a couple of times. And now I'm getting ready to stamp the layers of the flowers, and for the first layer I'm going to use Rose Quartz, and that's from Altenew's ink pad range, the crisp dye ink range. I stamp it a couple of times to get good saturation of colour. Now I'm lining up the second layer of the flowers, and I'm going to use Puffy Heart from Altenew's crisp dye ink pad range. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to lining up the layering stamps. You do have to get your head right over the top to line it up correctly. Mine's not perfect, but it'll only take practice. I then move on to the leaves and stamping the layers of the leaves, and I'm using bamboo and olive for those colours. The leaves were a little bit trickier, but I got there in the end. So bamboo's the first layer, and I'm using olive as the second layer. Once I'd finished with the layering stamps, I did decide to colour in the stems of the flower bunch, and I used a colour that would match in with the frame of the letterboard. I've got the coordinating dies here for those 2 stamped images, and I'm just sticking them down with some purple tape, and I will run them through my big shot off camera. So I've got them cut out now, and I'm just putting them on my mat, and I'm deciding which way I'm going to put them onto the frame. So I bring the frame with the letterboard in, and I spend a few minutes trying to figure out which way I'm going to have this look. I decide I'm going to use a soft grey as a background card, as white seemed a little bit too stark. And I'm still trying to sort out how I'm going to do these flowers. I leave the flowers alone for a minute and decide to stick down my letterboard and the frame. So I stick the frame down directly onto the card base as it's self-adhesive. And for the letterboard, I have a piece of craft foam cut to size, and I'm going to put some double-sided sticky tape on both sides of that. Stick one side to the letterboard and the other side will be stuck down to the card. I'm sticking the letterboard down now because I'm thinking that it's going to be better for me when I'm trying to position the flowers. So I've got the flowers here and I'm sorting out what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put them. And I had an idea to use some press and seal, which I've just recently purchased. I saw Jennifer Maguire do some stuff with press and seal and thought I would give it a go. This is my very first time using press and seal. I made a couple of mistakes, but that's okay, and I can see that this product would be very handy. I sort of stuffed it up a little bit, but I'll get there in the end and it'll all be good. So I stick it all down so that the flowers stick to the press and seal as well as the letterboard. Didn't quite do it straight, so I had to peel it back up and realign it. And I'm happy with that placement, so I push it all down and then I trim it with my scissors. The scissors I'm using here are the large Tim Holtz scissors, but you can see I'm not doing a very good job. Normally when I cut stuff like this I would use a metal ruler and a scalpel, but I thought I'd have a try with these scissors. And I guess like everything else, practice will make perfect. Now I think I end up skipping some footage here, and now you can just see that I'm putting down pearls, but prior to this I used double-sided foam tape to stick the flowers down to the base card whilst it was still attached to the press and seal. And that helped me to be able to align it correctly onto the base card. I must have lost some footage there with the old press pause instead of record, or vice versa. I hate it when that happens, but I'm sure it's happened to many of you, so I don't feel so bad. But anyway, here I am sticking down some pearls onto the card, taking my time, making sure they're in the right spot. One of the ways I like to stick down pearls and gems is to use the Silhouette pick-me-up tool and a toothpick. I put the toothpick into the glue and put it onto the card, and then using the pick-up tool, put the gem or the pearl into the glue. I'm admiring my card here and I decide to use some Aqua Nouveau Shimmer pen to add some shimmer to the flowers and the leaves. The shimmer pens really do add a lovely subtle hint of shimmer to your cards, and I really love using mine. And I do believe they are available in some other colours too. So there you have it guys, this card is now finished as I'm finishing up with the Aqua Shimmer pen. If you'd like to go to my blog, there'll be an entry there which also explains the challenge that this card was made for. There'll be a couple of pictures as well. And if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, if you haven't done so already, I would really love that, as I do plan to continue making videos in 2019. Thanks very much guys for watching today. I hope you have a great day, and bye for now.